All right, everyone, we are back with another trade breakdown video from this week. Some beautiful price action. I'm going to show you an example of a Swissy trade that I took, and then I'm going to show you guys a beautiful example of a USD CAD trade using ICT concepts and using them in the most simple way as can be. Hopefully this helps you in your trading journey, and if you did, make sure you drop a like, drop a comment in the video, and subscribe, and let's get into the breakdown. All right, guys, so when we're looking at this type of price action here, you can see obviously during the summer months we were very choppy on Swissy, which was expected, right? I would say more choppy than others. But at the end of the day, all I'm looking for when I'm on the daily time frame each day is looking for an imbalance, or I'm looking for a liquidity pool. That right away helps me dictate my bias. So if you need help with your daily bias, all you have to do is determine an imbalance that you think price is going to run for, or look for a liquidity pool that is in the direction of where the market is heading to either take continuation trades to get there, or once that is taken out, you're in the imbalance or you're in that liquidity pool, then you can look for lower time frame entries to take price in the opposing direction. So that's what I was looking for here. So when I'm looking at Swiss right here, I see this imbalance right here. And also if we look on the weekly time frame, this is a weekly order block, a weekly supply zone, right? Right around the big figure of 89,500 as well. And this is just the last area of resistance, support resistance, whatever you want to call it. If you do trade that way, that's completely fine. In my opinion, it's all relative. But let's just take a look on the 4-hour time frame. We had this nice imbalance above this order block, right? Now, I know a lot of people would be looking to short from this order block, right? And you can see price kind of stalled around this area. I actually took a break even here earlier in the week. But the main area I wanted to see was, I wanted to see this buy side liquidity pool right above this high get taken out, right? You guys have heard me talk about this in my breakdowns already. When we take one side, we're going to be looking for the other, right? So when we take buy side liquidity, we're going to be looking for sell side liquidity, right? I'm just going to jump to the lower time frames here, like the 15-minute, and show you guys what I was looking at. So right here, you can see we had a big move in New York, big expansion, taking out all this liquidity here, taking out that order block over here to the left that I talked about. You can see we had a nice rejection wick as well, mitigating this imbalance, and then we had another imbalance and another imbalance to the downside. So to me, this is showing sell strength. You can see that after this big push up, we started to create very corrective price action, right? We had the push up, and then we had the push down, and then we had the very corrective price action on the way back up to the origin of the move. This is great because we don't want to see very strong moves on the way to our entry. On the lower time frame, it's fine, but when you're looking at the market to reverse on the higher time frame anyway, you want to see some sort of liquidity in the opposing direction, just to add more clarity and add more depth to your analysis, if that makes sense. It's early in the morning while I'm filming this, so if that's not the word to use, then I'm sorry, guys. You can probably tell in my voice as well, but let's just get on with the analysis here. So right here, obviously, Asia very choppy. London very choppy. Switch over, popped us up into this buy side liquidity. Let's jump even lower. I'm going to show you guys where the corrective price action again can help you when not to enter a trade as well. So if you are looking for price to reverse, and it's very choppy, it's not strong, it's not creating an imbalance like over here or here, right? Or an upside imbalance like this. If it's very choppy like this, we don't want to be getting involved. And there's times where I will be in a trade and that trade will start to chop very much, and I will go break even a lot of the time, or I will just close the trade and look for a re-entry, and more times than not, that thing will come against me, because I know with my entry criteria, usually when I'm in this trade, or usually when I get into the trade, it usually goes in my favor right away if I'm right. Just because I'm entering at kind of like the last point of validation, right? So if I jump down to the lower time frame even more, you can see this chop. We have this order block right here that is holding price, as well as this imbalance. We ran this buy side liquidity pool right here, but then very choppy. Think of the people looking to get involved here. When I see this, all I'm thinking to myself is, I want to see this high get taken out. After this high gets taken out, maybe what we can see is a move like this. Where's my thing? Then a lower time frame move to take the market back into these lower levels, right? Because we've taken external liquidity here, we're going to be looking for internal liquidity within this range. So now let's just play this out. boom, you can see we run this buy side liquidity pool like so, right around my hours. So if you guys have heard me talk before, I personally only trade 9:30 to 10:30, and with ICT concepts and the kill zone and stuff, it allows me to do so. You don't have to do that, but follow your trading plan and go over your trades and kind of look at when your best window is. I've talked about this in a video before, but I'm telling you, this has helped me so much. Now I'm fresher than ever because I'm only on the charts for like an hour and 10, hour and 20 per day. So let's jump to the lower time frame. This was a 1 minute entry. I'm going to show you guys what I wanted to see. I wanted to see this area or this demand, order block, whatever you want to call it. Let me just move this and make it a BOS. I wanted to see this area get taken out. Why? Because this is the area that caused the push up. So I want to see it break below. Let's just play this out. Get rid of that. So you can see we break below it very, very nicely. So once that's broken, then I'm looking on the 1 minute or the 2 minute or the 3 minute, depends on what's the cleanest. But I'm looking to enter anywhere within this price leg to take price lower. So in hindsight, I could have had a better entry. In hindsight, I could have used the OTE tool and looked to enter anywhere up in this area. But instead, I market executed within this imbalance here at around 350. Let me just put that in here. My stop loss was just above this high, and my target was going to be London low. So let's just do that for 1 to 4-ish. Could target this low if you wanted to. You can see that as I play this out, price comes in, comes deep into the stop loss, but I'm not worried because we have a nice unmitigated order block right here. We have inducement now. Like I said, in hindsight's 2020. Maybe I could have used the OTE and I would have got an even better entry. But at the same time, because we had this imbalance over here, and on the 3 minute, I'm at risk of getting swerved. So I just wanted to be in this trade. But let's just bring price back down to where I entered at 350. And I'll show you why, in hindsight, I wish I did enter at the top one. So now let's play price out and see what happens. I'm gonna go to the 3 minute. It absolutely dumps on me, which is awesome. So at this moment in time, we are sitting at about 11 o'clock, right? I don't like to trade past 11 at all. I'm not a big London close guy, but you can see we ran all this liquidity. We came back into this order block that was holding price. At this moment in time, and I'll show you in a second, if I click this, it ends up coming back on me. But I'm gonna show you guys why I went break even on this trade and why I thought it was gonna be okay. So if we look right here at this candle low to this candle high, we have a nice fair value gap or imbalance. If we look on the lower time frames as well, there was this series of up candles right here, and we had this imbalance I thought was gonna hold price. When we started consolidate over here, I was licking my lips. I thought we were gonna dump using this as a breaker. But look what happens, guys. I take this personal to this day. Ready? All right, so right here, this takes me out with spread, all right? Unfortunately, nothing really you can do about that. Let's just keep playing it out, and I'm gonna show you guys what happened. Sorry guys, it just cut out on me, but you can obviously see it ended up taking me out at break even with spread and then dumping all the way down. We didn't quite hit TP yet, and then there you go. So this trade here actually ended up running very, very nicely. If we just played this fully out, ended up running at a max about 1 to 8. All right, so that was the breakdown of the Swissy trade. Let's jump into the UCAD trade, and hopefully I can break this down very, very nicely for you. I just realized, guys, that I forgot to actually place the trade. For any of you who didn't know you could do this on FX Replay, I'll talk more about FX Replay at the end and the amazing discount that you can use to get you 15% off. But anyway, you just want to click the risk to reward tool of where you want to put the entry. Then you click place order, and then you can see we have market execute, we have limit, right? And it'll calculate all the risk and all that stuff. So that is what I meant to show you, but it has been a very, very early morning for me. Let's jump into UCAD. All right, guys, so we are on UCAD now, and let's just jump right into it. Again, higher time frame helps the analysis. Where have we taken out liquidity, right? I said we're looking for an imbalance or we're looking for a liquidity pool. If I mark this across right away, guys, this is gonna help your trading so much, okay? This helps so much with your daily bias. Imbalance, liquidity pool. Has the market just taken one out, or is there one near us? Wait for that and then look for your entry criteria. That'll help you so much, okay? Right along. So let's just take a look at this level. You can see we took out this buy side liquidity pool over here. Let's jump down to the 4-hour time frame. You can see we swept it the day before. We came down mitigating this order block. Then, didn't you look at the difference in momentum here, right? We came up very, very aggressive. We came back down to this area, but look at the aggression out of this area now that once packed some heat. Very, very corrective, right? We take this previous daily high again, another liquidity pool, right? Then we're jumping down to the lower time frame. This was beautiful, okay? So this was my first day forward testing USD CAD. So when I add a pair, I don't just go trade it that next day. I like to just watch it and treat it as if I am. I'll put the tool on and all that kind of stuff. This was forecasted all before. So yeah, it was very, very cool to see. And yeah, so let's just take a look right here. You can see London took previous day London. I'm anticipating London high to be the high of the day. So with that knowledge, all I'm doing right now before I enter my trade is I'm like, okay, where am I going to target? We have this liquidity pool right here. That is very, very nice. And then we have this one over here. For me personally, I'm going to go for this one as it is the internal leg. Remember what I said, when we take external liquidity, we're going to be looking for internal. This is the internal leg over here. Yes, you could target over here, but I'd be okay targeting this low. Then I'm looking at the structure, right? If we're looking at price action right now in the 15-minute, you can see we have this nice imbalance right here. We pop into this imbalance, and then we have a strong move to the downside. Not only do we have a strong move, we break multiple structural lows here. So this is our new price leg that we are playing within. Gonna mark that out. You didn't even have to go to the lower time frames on this one if you didn't want to. So let's say you wanted to use this order block, you definitely could. My stop loss would have been somewhere within this imbalance, and then I would have targeted down here. But for me, I like confirmation entries. So I'm going to show you guys what exactly I looked for as price comes into this area. Okay, so I'm just going to let this play out right now. All right, so you can see we come into this area, right? Mitigate this area, building more sell side liquidity. This is what we love to see. All right, you can see we create this low, we pop up. This is what I love to see. I love to see an inducement within the point of interest, right? So early people getting in, then seeing it getting taken out, and then we look to get in. So all I'm looking, an additional one right now, you could say we swept this POI, right? But we just mitigated this imbalance. So this could have been inducement for this move. Now what I'm looking for is a break of this low, right? This is what I'm looking for. So we've now mitigated an imbalance. We've taken out buy side liquidity. We know on the higher time frame we've taken out buy side liquidity. Now we're just waiting for the lower time frames to align with that because price is fractal. Boom, you can see we break below that low, very, very aggressive, right? To me, we have this nice imbalance entry right here. If we look on the 2-minute, there's an imbalance. 3-minute, there's an imbalance as well. You don't have to use the M1 on this, but again, I'm just using confirmation. Like I said, you easily could have just had your entry on here, stop above this high to be in this exact same trade. But if you do want confirmation entry on the 1, the 2, the 3, then you easily could have done so. So let's just mark this out here. Stop just above this high, right? Because this has already been swept. And I'm going to be targeting this low down here for a 1 to 5. I'm going to place the limit this time because you guys know I forgot in the last one. And let's see what happens. Boom, you can see we get tagged in and we just absolutely drop. And look what happens. I want to show you guys what happens once we take sell side liquidity, like I've talked about before. Rips for buy side at news. So do you guys see what I mean when I talk about my previous videos? We'll go for one, then we'll go for the other. This is a prime example. Then what do? We take this one and then we go searching for the other, right? So that is the breakdowns, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys know I'm a partner with FX Replay. So if you guys do use my discount code, it does help me, helps the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. But at the same time, it helps you because you get a nice 15% off discount on this wonderful platform. If you guys are enjoying this backtesting series, please drop a like and comment and subscribe if you're new. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll pop the code in the description of the video, the link that you have to use, and hopefully you enjoy it. So what do I say at the end of every single video, guys? Let's be 1% better every single day. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.